Okay, so thank you for those of you that may be watching this recording as I figured my stuff out. I had a lot of issues yesterday trying to figure out how to make Zoom record. I was using a different platform to try to record a planned virtual event that I was doing, and it didn't work at all.
We can't see you.
So I think this morning on my computer, I figured out how to get to Zoom to record. So I went to do a meditation yesterday. I did the whole thing on Zoom. It was really great meditation. I was going to record it and post it, and then got done and it didn't record at all. So, I feel like that's kind of how all of August has gone for me so far and for a lot of people. And I was talking to one of my friends, and we were talking about August energy. And she's like, August is always intense. August is always cluttered and chaotic, and it always feels like we're going through August with a gamut of emotions. And I think I kind of figured out why energetically today. And that's what generated the thought process of this meditation is when we get to August, we're kind of at the end of summer. We're sick of the heat if you're in a hot place in the world. It's at the end of a season. The earth is on a cyclical nature. Like there's seasons, there's change, there's a pattern of these seasons change. And we're coming up to a season change where fall is coming. And fall might be different for you depending on where you are in the world and how that feels with the climate and how that feels with your schedule. But I feel like when the seasons change, we kind of get to the end of that current season. Like we're getting to the end of summer currently. And that a lot of times tends to be a big struggle, and we kind of get where we're kind of spent with the summer energy and we're ready to get into fall. And I've heard that from a lot of people this year. And I was reading my book this morning, Rise Sister Rise by Rebecca Campbell, which I love. I also have her deck around here somewhere of her oracle deck, and I love it. But she talks about in here, and I'm going to open it up to read it. The earth is sentient. It breathes in and out, and the whole planet does too. It has its own heartbeat and its own natural rhythm in the form of seasons. As the trees release their leaves, we are prompted to let go. I love the way she references the idea of fall and letting go. And each season has its own energy, its own inspiration. And we're moving into a season where we let go of what doesn't serve us. We let go of the chaos. We let go of the clutter, and we focus inward. We focus on the schedule. We focus on our regular routines, and we kind of let go of the sporadic, lighthearted feel of summer. And the idea of letting go that which doesn't serve us anymore is a very powerful notion. Well, in August, which happens right before fall, that's going to be a little bit of a stressful time for some, because that August energy is working on building up the energy to release. So the things that don't work for us are going to get a little bit louder through August because we're working on releasing them because they don't work for us anymore. And we're not going to know that they don't work for us if they don't get louder. So the idea is that in August, things might be a little bit more tense. So as we move from this middle of August time into the fall season, I figured if we could generate a meditation to help to release some of the extras and release some of the chaos and work on focusing on what we want to release, that would be good. So the notion behind this meditation is that we're actually going to meditate on the image of a tree. And we're going to imagine that there's a tree in front of us and that we can focus on the leaves, and that we're going to become aware and mindful of what these leaves represent and what these leaves are representative of what we want to release. And I encourage you as you move into this meditation to just let it flow. Don't necessarily force it to be a certain way, just to be aware of what you feel these leaves represent. Be aware of how easy it is for them to release and fall to the ground. Be aware of the colors and the sounds and what you feel. But I thought that would be kind of a nice meditation that we could have and we could try so that we could explore it. I feel like the changing of the seasons is important for us to connect with because it's part of we have changing seasons within us too. as humans and as energetic beings, we have these cycles that we go through. And sometimes right before as that cycle shifts, and right before we shift within our energy pattern and within our life, shift from a learning to a growing to a manifesting, whatever it is, we kind of, we forget that some of the tension we're feeling is that. So hopefully this meditation will help with that, and hopefully that makes sense for everybody. Okay. Oh, hey. Sorry, I was just figuring out that I can do a chat session. And I can move it over here. And I'm going to test that out real quick before we start. Okay. So I'll have you get settled in into your space and do your thing. Just so you know, in the background, I have a little music playing from Chris Collins off of indiemusicbox.com. I'm not quite sure if it's loud enough for everybody to hear, but if it is and you like it, you can check it out on indiemusicbox.com. I will have you close your eyes, take a deep breath, take a minute to close your eyes if it's safe and you're comfortable and you're able to. Take a minute to listen to the surroundings of the space in which you chose to meditate in today. Lighting the place on fire. Listen to the sounds of the room. Listen to any music or white noise that you've chosen to have going. If you have children or pets or what have you, and you're in an active place, go ahead and let them make their noise. Just close your eyes and listen to them. A lot of times when we're approaching a meditation, it works well to settle into your environment first before you get into the meditation. And I will have you then focus your awareness into you, into your physical self and the space right around you. Kind of pull your awareness inward. Focusing on how you are sitting. Focusing on any joints or muscles that are tense, stretching them out, letting them relax. And you can allow yourself to focus on your breath, to focus as you collect the energy as you inhale and as you release the energy as you exhale. Allow your breath to fall into a nice natural rhythm. And we're going to actually pair a couple of affirmations with our breath this morning to help to focus us on this meditation. As you inhale and exhale slowly, I want you to inhale with the word divine and exhale with the word awareness. Allow the affirmation, divine awareness, to flow through your mind and pair with the rhythm of your breath. Divine awareness. divine awareness. And we're going to use one more affirmation before we move into our guided imagery. And I want you to pair the affirmation divine release. Inhale to divine and exhale to release. Divine release. Allow this affirmation to give you permission to relax and to settle into the rhythm of this meditation. Trust that at this moment, you have nothing else to worry about. We come into this meditation with an open mind and an open heart. We are grateful for the divine awareness that we gain from this meditation today, and we ask that it is used for our highest good. Now I want you to picture in your mind, activating your imagination and your intuition. I want you to picture a tree. Allow this tree to look, feel, or be whatever it needs to be for you today. Is your tree big and tall? Or is it a new sapling just growing out of the ground, just tall enough to have a few leaves? How do the branches look? Are they thick or thin? Are there lots of branches or only a few branches? How about the leaves on the tree? What do the leaves look like? What are the colors of the leaves and the shapes of the leaves? Are there a lot of leaves or just a few leaves? Trust what you experience. Trust your imagination. Trust what you feel and that which your intuition tells you. How do you feel looking at this tree with all these leaves? What are the emotions that come to mind? Now I want you to embrace the affirmation, divine release. Inhale to divine, exhaling to release, just like we did in the beginning. And as you do this, I want you to let go and imagine that all the leaves that no longer serve your highest good or your forward motion journey, imagine that the leaves that are no longer serving you fall to the ground. And within this tree and in this image, notice the leaves that fall to the ground. How does it feel as these leaves release? What emotions pop into your mind? Are they falling fast and in numerous numbers? Or is there just a couple of leaves falling slowly? Allow yourself to witness mindfully. Allow your intuition to guide this image as you inhale and exhale with divine release. We're going to finish off this meditation today with a nice deep cleansing breath, inhaling and exhaling for as long as we can. And whenever you feel drawn, you can open up your eyes and bring your awareness back to the space that we started this meditation. I encourage those that are watching the recording to share in the comments of the social media this was recorded on, or to send an email or a message to me and let me know what you experienced. Share with me that what you experienced and what color the leaves were and how you felt. I would love to, and I will unmute you in just a second, Melanie. I would love to share first that which I felt with the recording. With the leaves, the tree that I envisioned was very, very old and big and large, and it had a lot of grand, I don't know, like it was very big and open, and the branches came down, and it was a very, like an old oak tree kind of feel. And it was very full, lots of leaves of lots of different colors. The colors that I focused on today, though, originally I felt a lot of blue leaves on the tree, but I didn't feel them when we released. So it must be that is something that we're looking to release as we move forward, but aren't quite ready to yet, maybe. That I'm not sure. But the blue leaves, they felt like they honored releasing old ways of communicating to ourselves. I felt like the blue leaves denoted the idea of being aware of how we communicate to ourselves. And as we release the old ways that we communicate to ourselves that no longer serve us, that it'll automatically shift to the others in our life and the way we communicate ourselves to our world, which will shift our perspective and shift the way things manifest and things happen in our life. So it was very much a honoring the idea that what we say to ourselves affects the way we approach life, and to release what doesn't serve our highest good in the way we communicate to ourselves. And that it's more powerful to shift what we say to ourselves first before we do what we want to do in the world. And I had to laugh because instead of shifts, I don't know if you can see with my chicken scratch, excuse my language, but I wrote shits. So if the words in your head and the way you're communicating to yourself is along that lines instead of positive and supportive, that's what you need to do. You need to let that shit go. Apparently, that's the message with the blue leaves. There also were purple leaves at the top of the tree. They were right at the top of the tree, and they were kind of scattered amongst the rest of the leaves. But the purple completely honored a higher awareness and a higher thought. And I felt like those are a stronger, firmer leaf. You know how when you get to the end of fall and you're moving into winter and there's still a few leaves left on the tree? I felt like the purple leaves would be the leaves left behind. And I felt like they stay on the top of the tree because it's always important to remember some higher awareness. And it's always important to have those seeds of higher awareness and higher thought in our life. And when we mention the higher awareness or higher thought, we want to imagine that we want to think about our best, most positive, loving thoughts for ourselves and for the world. Those are our higher awareness. I feel like higher awareness is a tagline that's thrown around, but when you're in the middle of a situation, what is the most supportive, compassionate version of your thoughts and your emotions? And we kind of like to reach for that because that's a little bit more beneficial for us. So I felt like the purple leaves honored that. And then there is some red leaves sprinkled throughout the tree, and I felt like that represent our passion in life, represented the passions that we're meant to connect with, the things we are passionate about that we want to move forward with. And I felt like those stayed on the tree as well. But I felt like when the passions were no longer beneficial, they automatically went from red to brown and fell off. Like I felt like they fell away easily. And when we try to collect those brown leaves up, like if you felt like you collected a bunch of brown leaves up, maybe you're holding on to old passions that don't serve you. When we got to the part of releasing the leaves, I saw a lot of green leaves release, which to me felt like it was releasing old ways of nurturing ourselves. Denoting the fact, symbolizing the fact that the ways that we've nurtured ourselves in the past may not be the ways that benefit us the most moving forward. And it was encouraging us to find new ways to nurture our heart, to nurture our body, and to nurture our mind and our soul. And that to have a collection of a lot of different things. I feel like as energetic beings, it's important for us to have ways that we nurture ourselves physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. Different avenues that all work to create a whole, nurtured, healthy self. As well as there were some pink leaves that fell, and I felt like it was old self-love patterns falling away, embracing new, positive, and supportive self-love. So I think that was really kind of cool. Those were the messages that I had for the meeting today, and or not for the meeting, for the meditation today. I hope that worked well. I hope you enjoyed it. And please feel free to share in the comments or send me a message and let me know how you experienced this meditation and what it felt like for you. I'm excited to share this platform with the Zoom platform. I feel like it's a lot easier for me to share with you, and we can set up virtual meetings, and when I host unique meditation events, I can now host virtually through the computer as well as in person. And I encourage you to go to the Vigaro Unique Beauty website. If you go to vigaro/uniquebeauty.com, you should be able to find under the classes tab a list of the meditation workshops that I've got planned. And any of those, if you are not local, you can let me know by calling or messaging me privately, and we can set up a Zoom virtual presence so that you can also join in. So I'm excited to share all these options and new ways moving forward. You can find me on Facebook on the Unique Meditation page, Facebook under the Unique Beauty page, which is my salon page, and the meditative services I offer within my salon. You can also find me at the Unique Beauty and Meditation Virtual Community Facebook page, where I share lots of content and inspiration for all things salon and meditative and intuitive and everything in between. So thank you very much. And as always, these tips, tricks, and ideas from the Unique Meditation Services are meant for spiritual entertainment and enlightenment purposes only. If you have any physical or mental health concerns, I encourage you to seek a physical or mental health professional. Thank you, and have a beautiful day.